Yeah, good evening all. So myself, I'm Vijay. Like I hold 18 plus years of experience, which includes nearly 8 plus years of experience in Python environment. My experience includes design, development, and implementation of Python and Django-based applications. Well-versed in implementing different Python libraries like NumPy, CP, Pandas, PyTables, Matplotlib, right? So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not, right?
It's clear.
Fine. Thank you.
Clear.
Yeah. As part of today's demo, I'll be covering the following topics. If you have got any general queries, right, I'll be giving time for you at the end of the session. So these are the topics. Why Python? So already we have got many other programming languages. Why again Python required? And the two, Python is not a kind of programming language which is very recently introduced. It was introduced in the year 1989. Why all of a sudden Python has got a great boom? Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular means if you go back like 10 to 15 years, right? Like nobody knows that there was a programming language like Python. Why all of a sudden Python has got super popular? And who can learn Python? There are no prerequisites for learning Python. Anybody can update with Python. Anybody can update with Python. The Python statements looks like normal English statements. They're not as complex as other programmings. So I'll just take a task and I'll implement the task in multiple programming languages. You can just observe how simple the Python statements as compared with other programming, not even 1/4 coding as compared with other programming languages. And how Python was built. How Python was built by taking the features and advantages. It has taken some advantages from one programming, other advantages from multiple programming languages. So from multiple programming languages, it has taken the features and advantages, because of which we call Python as a hybrid language. Before you update with any technology, you need to know what kind of applications are we developing with that, right? So Python real-time applications, what kind of applications are we developing today by using Python? Python usage, which companies are using Python today? And top most applications built by using Python. Python comparison with other programming language, you can just check coding wise, length wise, complexity wise, right? How these Python statements comparing with other program. And here one by one reasons which makes Python super popular, right? And what is the job market of Python currently and what is the scope of Python in the coming years? So this is what I'll be discussing in today and tomorrow session, right? All these topics, right? Starting with why Python. I define Python in 5 lines. Python, first thing, I say Python is a general purpose programming language. Python is a general purpose programming language. So before Python, we have got some programming languages. If we heard about the programming languages like Pascal, Fortran, COBOL, right? These programming languages are purpose-based languages. They are used for a specific purpose, not for all the purposes, like Pascal for complicated mathematical applications, Fortran for scientific applications, and COBOL for business application. But a language which is suitable for developing any kind of application, such a programming language, we call it as general purpose programming language. General purpose programming language, right? A language which is suitable for developing any kind of applications like web applications, automation applications, gaming applications, graphical applications, animation applications, embedded applications, desktop applications. In this way, any kind of applications we are able to develop today by using Python. Python is the mostly chosen or mostly used programming language today in implementing or developing different applications. That's today is the Python. Python is the #1 ranked programming language. At the end of the session, I'll just open Google and show you, right? The rankings given, right? which is the #1 ranked programming language in the industry currently, and also usage-wise, mostly used programming language today, right? So I said it's a general purpose. It's not for a particular purpose. Any kind of applications we can develop. Multi-programming features. It has got multi-programming features. What all the features we are able to see, what all the programming features we see in different other programming languages, all the features we see in Python. That's the reason we call Python as a hybrid language with all the programming features. Later, I discuss in brief what are the programming features given by Python and what are the things we are going to discuss as part of our course, right? Yes. High level language. Okay. There are two types of languages. Two types of languages, right? Yes. Low level languages and high level languages. Low level languages, right? Low level languages, example like assembly level language or machine level language, right? Assembly level or machine level language, right? Yes, 1 second. Yes, yes. Pramod Sahu, right? Yes, I'll just give time for your general queries, right? Yes. Is total full stack, it covers both total full stack, right? Yes, Python full stack. So yes, high level languages, low level languages, and high level languages. Low level languages like assembly level or machine level languages. So these language, right? They are firstly, they are not understandable. They are not understandable, right? Yes. Yes. They are not human understandable. This is only machine understandable, right? Secondly, you cannot carry the code from one system to another system. They are not portable. And thirdly, they cannot run on all the hardwares and all the operating system. Machine dependent. They are machine dependent, right? Yes. Yeah. High level languages like Python, they're easily understandable. They look like normal English statements, as I said, and they are portable. They can be carried and they can run on all the hardwares and all the operating system. Human understandable, they are portable and machine independent. Independent, right? Yes. They can run on all the operating systems, right? So Python is a high level language. Interpreted language. Python is a interpreted language. Just observe. Yes. Here also we can see like two categories, right? Compilation languages and interpretation languages. Compilation and interpretation, right? Yes. Compilation example like C language. Interpretation like Python. Difference between this compilation interpretation. You have got like you have got some 10 lines of code. You have got some 10 lines of code. This entire code executes at once. You have got some 20 lines of code. The entire code executes at once, right? And displays the errors, if any. Okay, you got some 5 errors in line number 2, line number 7, line number 9. So in this way, it executes the entire code. Even though if there are any errors, it will display the errors, right? But in the case of Python, if you've got some lines of code, interpretation, line by line execution, right? Which makes debugging easy, right? If you got an error in this line, it won't execute the remaining statements. Abnormal termination, terminating in the middle without executing up to the last statement, right? Python is an interpretation language, line by line execution, right? Right. User-friendly programming or programmer-friendly programming language, which provides simple syntaxes, like as I said, which will look like normal English statements, right? So it's a general purpose programming. Any kind of applications we can develop today by using Python. Multiple programming features it has got. High level language, easily understandable, it's portable and machine independent, can run on all the odd weights, and interpreted language, line by line execution, and user friendly programming or programmer friendly, right, which provides simple syntaxes, right? Yes. So now, what are the programming features Python has got? Python has got Python has got what programming features? Like it has got procedural oriented programming features. Now I'll be using some technical terms. People who are from non-programming, not a worry. I'll be discussing all this from the scratch ground level to the advanced level during the course. Procedural procedural oriented programming, right? Procedural oriented programming, right? Example like C language. Example like C language, right? Object-oriented programming. It has got the features of object-oriented programming features. Example like C++, Java. It has got the features of okay. It has got the features of scripting features. Scripting features, right? Example like Linux shell script, like shell script. And it has got the features of modular programming. It has got the features of modular programming, right? Yes. Example like Modular 3. Yes. Just like C language, like C++, like Java, like Modular 3, we can develop different varieties of applications, right? Once again, I repeat. So for updating with Python, don't think like you need to have the knowledge about C or C++, Java, or this Modular 3. So we'll be discussing procedural oriented with Python, object oriented with Python, scripting and modular programming with Python as part of our course, right? Yes. Two major programming languages which are used in the current industry, right? For enterprise applications creations, Python and Java. Two major programming languages, Python and Java. But the Java developers or the programmers are strictly restricted to use only object-oriented programming. Without object-oriented programming, we cannot write Java developers, right, or Java programmers cannot write a single program or an application. Compulsory object-oriented programming features, class and object is required, right? But in Python, with object-oriented, without object-oriented, with procedural-oriented, with modular programming, we can develop different varieties of applications. Okay. So if you go back like 10 to 15 years, like otherwise, you go back to the year 2012, right? 2012. Java is the mostly used programming language with 43% usage. But okay, Python just 4% used from 2020, right? 2020. Python 31% used in the industry. Python 31% used in the industry, right? The usage of Java, right? Just I'll show you some graphs, or I'll open Google and show you some graphs, right? The usage of Python currently, the usage of different other programming languages, right? Yes. Yeah. The talk of the industry, if we talk about this data science, right? We use the language that we prefer is Python. Java is never preferred for this machine learning, deep learning, for all this. And also I just showed, right? We have got many applications where we can develop by using Python. And today, scripting, right? Python is one of the best scripting language with vast varieties of libraries for writing automation scripts. Because of this modular programming, Python has got a great boom. 89,300 inbuilt modules Python is providing for different environments. whatever domain you are from, whatever environment you are from, right? Python is providing a module. Like if you're from testing or from networking or for data science or big data or operating systems or any background, right? Python is providing not only for computer applications, even for electronics or civil environment, Python is providing modules. Inbuilt modules, you don't need to write huge codes just by using the inbuilt functions. Just for example, if I want to find a square root, right? If I want to find a square root of a number, just we have got a module. For example, I'll import a module called math. Within the math module, there are many functions available. Many functions available from that math module. I'm taking a function called square root. Square root of which number? 16. Just it gives the result. Just check this. No need to write any program code. Just I'm import math. Within the math module, there is a function called square root. I want to find the square root of any number, right? It gives the output as 4. No need to write all the unnecessary statements in Python. Just math dot square root or math dot any function you can take and just provide that value. It gives the result. The same way for talk on these modules, right? For data science environment, right? Python is providing separate modules, some 10 to 15 modules Python is providing for this data science environment, like NumPy, CP, Pandas, Matplotlib, CP, scikit-learn, right? These are the modules provided by Python for this data science. Even for big data environment, right? It has got separate modules like PySpark. Not and for testing, for test cases, right? Separate modules Python is providing, right? Even for networking environment. For networking environment, not only separate modules, separate framework itself, Python is providing like twisted Python, right? And for other environments like operating system, the name of the module itself is OS, operating system, right? The name of the module. Just by writing Python code, creating a directory, by writing Python code, removing a directory, listing out, by writing Python code, listing out what is present in a particular directory, by writing Python code, renaming a directory. So all these OS related activities by writing Python code and execute, you can see the reflection, right, in that. And for each and every database, right? For every database, Python is providing a module. If Python wants to connect with Oracle database, like it is providing a module called cx underscore Oracle. Later we discuss in brief about this Python database connectivity. Even I'll show you how to download a database, how to install a database. One database installation I'll be showing you, and how Python is going to connect. It is not as complex as like other programming languages connecting with database. Just with 1 minute discussion, you can easily connect with the database by by providing the connection details, and we can just perform any SQL operations, right? Even for any database, even for MySQL, right? MySQL, it is providing PyMySQL. Yes. For SQL Server, right? For SQL Server, PyODBC. For each and every database, right? Python is providing a module using which you can connect. Even for each and every file format, for Excel files, just by writing Python code, I can create an Excel workbook, an Excel file. I can, by writing Python code itself and executing it, I can create sheets within the Excel, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. By writing Python code, I can read data from an Excel. I can write data into sheet 2. I can read data from sheet 1. We have got modules like XLRD, XLSX Writer, OpenPy Excel, not only for Excel files, CSV, comma separated values files, for JSON, JavaScript, object notations. Even by writing Python code, I can create PDF files. I can read data from PDF or XML files. Or for mathematical operations, Python has got math model. Just now I showed one example, right? And for statistical operations, and for generating graphs, Python is the language with by writing Python, by writing code, we can generate any types of graphs, right? Normal graphs, bar graphs, histogram, scatter plot, stack plots, pie graphs. In the tomorrow's class session, just I'll show you some sample snippets, right? How simple generating graphs in Python just by writing 2-3 lines, right? A pie graph or a normal graph or a scatter plot, right? Yes. So in this way, Python has got many modules. These are some of those examples. In this way, thousands of modules, 89,300 inbuilt modules for different environments, because of which, so Python is widely used today, right? What kind of applications are we developing today by using Python? Python mostly used for developing what kind of applications, right? So Python real-time applications, right? Python real-time applications, right? So Python mostly used in creation of web applications today, like Python mostly used in creation of web applications. Lot of web applications we are developing today by using Python. You may ask a query from the last 20-25 years, Java, .NET, all these programming, these languages like mostly used in developing web applications. Why again Python, right? So Python has got frameworks in that one of the important framework of Python like Django. Python has got a framework called Django framework. It has got many flexible features. This Django framework at a rapid speed, you can develop a web application with very less coding. It has got many flexible features. It has got its own local database also, SQLite 3. SQLite 3 is a database given by it. It has got its own application server, and what all that Python files, .py files required for your project, everything will be created automatically. So we are going to make necessary changes. So when it's very at a rate of very high rate of speed, we can develop a web applications today, like Python also used for creation of web applications and also for automation applications, right? For automation applications, lot of automation applications we are developing today by using Python, like uh, data science, by using technologies like data science, using technologies like IoT, using DevOps environment, right? Yes. If I talk about this IoT, Internet of Things, hmm, it is a physical network or device embedded with software, sensors, electronics used for collecting data, exchanging data, and controlling the things from the place where we are, right? In a simple way, electronic devices connecting and communicating with each other, right? Here, the coding, nearly 90% of the coding or script we write in Python. If we talk about this data science, right? Everything deals with the data. Data has got experience. Data has got future reference. Using data or data science, we perform data analysis, data predictions, data classification, data clustering, data recommendations. So it's a blend of technique. The main technique what we see here is ML, machine learning, right? Machine learning, we have got many ML techniques, right? Like regression techniques, classification, clustering, recommendations, right? Yes. So for all these techniques to implement, we require a language. For all these techniques to implement, we require a language. So Python is the mostly chosen or mostly used programming for implementing this ML, machine learning and deep learning techniques, right? Yes. And even in DevOps environment, we are writing many automation scripts using Python, right? So Python is one of the best scripting language with vast varieties of libraries, right? And one more major area where Python is mostly used in data analytics, right? In big data environment, right? So currently, just I'll take a minute where exactly Python used here. Today, if you see the data storage units like KBs or MBs or GBs or terabytes, but beyond that, today the data is getting generated beyond TB terabytes. Like we have got petabytes of data, petabytes, exabytes, zettabytes, sottabytes, ettabytes, right? But we have got petabytes of data is getting generated, right? So for these huge data generations, for huge data storage and huge data processing, we have got technologies like Hadoop, big data technologies like Hadoop and Spark, right? Especially Spark, very high speed processing technology processing huge data at quick time using using a language like Python, we call like PySpark, right? Yes. PySpark, very high speed processing technology, right? For processing huge data at quick time. And one more major area where Python mostly used for GUI, graphical user interface, or for animations, right? Animations, we have got separate modules Python is providing like PyQt, TK Inter or some modules for it. And apart from this, for scientific applications, right, we have got Python providing a separate mod like CP. CP means scientific Python. And apart from this, Python used for numerical applications, for numerical analysis, right? For numerical analysis, we have got NumPy. NumPy, nothing but one of the important module of Python, numerical Python, right? Yes. And apart from this, for gaming or game development today, like there are many careers towards this game development. Lot of games are getting developed today by using Python. Single user, multi-user online games, especially for developing games in Python. Python is providing a separate framework like Pygame. Pygame is a separate framework given by Python for developing games. One more framework like PyCara. And for 3D games, for 3D rendering libraries, Python is providing PySoy, right? Yes. For 3D games. Apart from this, today, like for scheduling tasks, right? You should have heard about Airflow. Python is providing Airflow, right? For scheduling tasks. And for testing or for test cases. Sorry. And for software development, right? Python is used, and even software developers make use of Python as the support language. And for business applications, Python is one of the best choice in developing e-commerce websites. One of the hottest application of Python, like database applications, right? Where every database can be connected with Python. Python can connect with any database like MySQL, Oracle, Postgres, SQL Server, all this, right? Yes. And for networking applications, right? For audio, video chartings, and for especially for network programming of network applications, Python providing a separate framework called Twisted Python, right? Yes. And for web scraping, right? For web scraping, for extracting data, harvesting data from different website, for extracting data from different website. So we have got like URL lib, uh, beautiful soup BS4 modules required, right? People who are already working with this, right, might be having the knowledge that we'll be using like BS4, right? And for embedded applications, I said not only for computer applications, even for electronics and for civil environment also, Python is providing many modules. Embedded applications, the most famous embedded application, Raspberry Pi, right, which uses Python for its computation. And also for CAD or 3D CAD applications, computer-aided designing, Python is providing modules. And audio and video applications, right? Yes, some applications which already got developed by using Python, TimPlayer, CPlay are some examples, like where some applications. But as part of our course, like people who choose this framework, Python framework, web development, right? I'll show you some audio and video applications creations development also, right? By using Django framework. And apart from this, computer vision like face detection, object detection, and color detections, right? So Python is used even for data analysis, right? Yes. And for robotics with Python, if you see like you have got bigger packages, right? Salary packages available. And for desktop applications, single user applications, console applications, right? So in this way, we have got many applications for Python. So these are the mostly used, like web applications, automation, mostly used in this automation applications, graphical applications, gaming applications, Business database applications, right? Yes. Fine. Just I'll take 10 minutes more before I say how this training level goes, right? Who are using who are using Python? Which companies are using Python, right? Who are using Python today, right? Topmost applications built using Python. Topmost applications built using Python, right? Yes. The best example, Google. Okay, Google is one of the best example for Python web application. The Google web crawling is first written in Java. It was too difficult. It is rewritten in Python. Yahoo using Python. YouTube using Python for its video sharing service, right? Uber pricing algorithm implemented using Python and ML, right? Instagram built using Python. The prime reason for Instagram for choosing Python is Python practicality and its hybrid features. Even NASA is using Python for its research and development activities, where it can use Python accordingly, multi-programming features. And some other applications which are built using Python. If you heard about the application names like Quora, Reddit, Pinterest, Dropbox, and the popular OTT platform Netflix using Python for its security automation and subscription related things, right? MMOG, massively multiplayer online game. And for Maya, a powerful 3D animation which uses Python script. Yes. For BitTorrent using Python. iRobot for military and commercial operations. And some companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all this, they use Python for hardware testing purpose. Right? So these are some of the examples companies using and applications built using Python, right? Yes. So from the discussion what we had till now, right? Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? Hmm. First thing, right? People are migrating towards Python because of its very less coding. First thing is very less code. People likes the programming language with very less code, right? Not even one-fourth code as compared with other programmings I said. And that too, simple syntax is given by Python, right? And one more major feature of Python, right? Interactive mode, right? Interactive mode given by Python. We can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response, right? Observe this example. Not like no other programming can interact, right? So just like how you interact with your friend with messages, giving response, right? The same way you can interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, you will get response. For example, in the bottom search panel, I'm typing CMD command prompt to open this command prompt. I'll just type Python here, right? For me, it's Python is already installed. Okay. Later, I'll just show you how to download and how to install Python step by step. Hardly it takes 2 to 5 minutes for installing Python. Whenever I type Python, just observe here, the Python version is displayed 3.12. And this, can you observe here, 3 arrow symbols? Can you see here? You can type any valid Python statements. Any valid Python statements you can type here, right? For example, I'm asking Python, what is 3 plus 5? What is 23 into 46? No need to define the data types also. Directly, I can say x as 10, y as 4. I'm asking what is x, what is y, what is x plus y, what is x minus y, x into y, x by y, right? X into 2, 10 into 2, right? This is the power symbol in Python, double star, 10 square, 100, x equal to, just say hello. Print this for 10 times. X into 5, prints for 5 times. Hello for 5 times, right? In this way, you can type any statement and check it, it gives the response, right? This what interactive mode given by Python. We can easily interact, right? This feature you won't see in other programming. If you say quit, it will come out of this, right? Right. And multi-programming features, right? What all the programming features we see, all the features are available in Python. And just now I discussed wide varieties of applications we can create using Python. Wide varieties of applications, right? Yes. And many built-in libraries, no need to write huge codings. We have got many built-in libraries are available in Python, right? Nearly 89,300 inbuilt modules for performing various operations. So these are the reasons, right, which makes Python super popular, right? Yes. Just I'll open Google and show you, right? The most popular programming language today, mostly used programming language, right? Yes. Just I'm opening Google, right? Yes, I'm opening Google, right? Popular coding language, right? Just type this popular coding language. JavaScript and Python, right? People who are taking total Python package, that is Python full stack package, right? Even JavaScript is going to be discussed as part of this Python course. If those who are taking Python full stack, Python total package, right? Because even JavaScript is used for dynamism, right? So these are the two major programming languages, right? And see that the other results of it. The most popular programming language, right? Yes. Can you see here? Python, next comes Java and other programmings, right? The most popular programming language. Okay. Python remains the most popular, right? Programming language, Python, Java, JavaScript, right? Yes. Just a most popular programming language, used by top 25 unicorns, right? Python, Java, and JavaScript, right? So just I opened in Google, just I'm showing you the results, right? Yes. Mm. Python remains the most popular, right? Next comes Java, JavaScript. See, from the last 3-4 years, right? Even if you see what programming language should you learn? Python, JavaScript. Check here. Emerging programming languages by popularity. Python, Java, JavaScript. Yes. Ranking wise, you can check, right? Language rank. Python stands first as the language rank. Next comes the other programmings, right? There is a ranking wise, you can check Python is the number one ranked. Next comes Java, JavaScript. See, from 2021-22, you can see uh, Python is the number one rank. Next comes Java and JavaScript, right? And here, most in demand programming languages of 22, based on LinkedIn job postings of USA and Europe, Python, Java, right? Yes. Yes. See that number of top computer science departments that use language, US, number of top US computer science departments that use language to teach introductory courses, Python, next Java, and these other languages, right? Fine. So if you see the usage of Python in the current industry, right, check this graph. 31% I said, right? Python 31%, Java 19%, C++ 9%, C 6%, Ruby 7.1%. Even if you see the openings for Python, right? Uh, ranking by average salary. Python stands first in JavaScript and Java next. Ranking by volume of job openings, right? Python stands first. SQL, Python and SQL both stands first, right? And if you see that Python jobs, you can type just Python jobs, right? 1 second, sorry. Python jobs. 1,59,140 Python openings. 1,59,140 Python openings. But okay, not only Python, right? If you are also updated with the framework of Python like Django framework, apart from Python, even Python framework, people who knows this Django framework are very less. Who has got command in this Django are very, very less, right? So as of now, the competition is less for this Django framework. It's a framework of Python, right? So 24,617 Django job vacancies in June 2024, right? Yes. So people might be knowing Python, but the framework like Django framework, right? So now coming back, what I'm going to discuss as part of this course, what I'm going to discuss as part of this course, right? Yes. Observe this like Python basics, why Python, history, its applications, features, advantages, versions of Python, installation, flavors of Python, comparison with other programming, Python operations, modes of execution, interactive mode, batch mode, editors, IDs of Python, data types, constants, Python variables, Python comments, input and output statements, type conversions, escape sequences, operators in Python, different types of operators, arithmetic, comparison, logical assignment, shorthand operators, bitwise, membership, and Python IDs. I'm going to show you not on a single ID, as Python is used for different environments. Different environments are using this Python. So different IDs, not on a single ID. I'll be showing you on multiple IDs like PyCharm, Jupyter Notebook, Spider, VS Code. In this way, multiple IDs, even like Anaconda distributions, Anaconda prompt navigator, flow control statements, basic Python, right? Looping statements, strings in Python, string indexing, string slicing, string functions, string methods, string special characters, collections in Python, list, tuple, sets, dictionaries, list properties, list indexing, list slicing, list functions, list methods, list addresses, nested list, tuples, tuple operations, sets, dictionaries in Python, functions in Python, right? Modules in Python, modular programming, different ways of importing, renaming, reloading, packages in Python, errors and exceptions, right? Different types of errors in Python, exception handling, error handling, right? File handling in Python, working with different files of Python, where we are going to take the input, reading, writing, appending, various file operations, object-oriented programming concepts in brief, class object inheritance, polymorphism, constructor, destructor, garbage collector, right? Yes. All right. Regular expressions like how to extract data from the given data, right? Regular expressions, database access, Python database connectivity, installation of database, retrieving data from database, SQL queries, transaction management, Python data and time module, OS module, advanced concepts like iterator, generator, closures, decorators, web scraping, working with CSV files, XML, JSON files, debugging, graphical programming, Excel, working with Excel workbook, data analytics, introduction to pandas, and introduction to data science. Python pandas module in brief, NumPy module in brief, NumPy module in brief, right? Numerical Python in brief, and Matplotlib module. There are many jobs available only on these three modules, pandas, NumPy, and Matplotlib. So I'll be discussing these three modules in brief, right? So these 30 topics in brief in Python core and advanced, right? In Python core and advanced, I'll be discussing these things. And people who wants to go with framework, Python framework also, right? that is full stack total Python package. The Django, right? Django. The D is silent, we pronounce as Django, right? Yes. Why? What is Django and key advantages, history, features, characteristics, web frameworks, and the Django installation, Django project architecture. Different files are there. .py, manage.py, URLs, admin models, views, right? Each and every file in brief. The Django application 15 to 20 applications I'll make you develop during this course, right? Step by step, right? The Django views, the Django templates, and the Django admin, the Django models, the advanced concepts, right? This, and you'll be given free knowledge on this UI technologies, HTML in brief, CSS in brief, JavaScript in brief, right? Along with MySQL database, right? Yes. So just the duration of this course. First thing is Python. Python 4 plus Python Advanced. Python Advanced, right? Python Core and Python Advanced both. I'm going to spend nearly 70 hours for this with many working examples. Means 70 hours in 2 months. I'll take nearly like 2 months. And the fee structure for this Python, it's an offer batch. It's just 6,000, right? And apart from this, people who wants the entire Python package, full stack, right? Full stack Python for that. Along with that, you'll be given knowledge on UI technologies, right? You'll be given knowledge on this UI technologies, right? Means first you'll be given knowledge on this web development before you go with actual framework, Python framework, web development, knowledge on this web development like HTML in brief, CSS, cascading style sheets, JavaScript, and a part of Bootstrap, right? This will be discussed. Apart from this, as I said, you'll be given knowledge. Django framework. We'll be discussing on this Django framework. It's a framework of Python, mostly used framework. We have got many framework, Django framework, Flask framework, Pyramid framework, Bottle framework, Turbo, many, but more Django framework is the mostly used framework. Nearly like 15 applications will be developing as part of this course. Web applications creation, I'm talking, right? And apart from this, one more framework I'm going to discuss as part of this Flask framework. These two frameworks are mostly used things, right? And apart from this, I'll also give knowledge on this REST API, right? And database that we use mostly, and knowledge on this MySQL, right? And a project. So from this to first Python Core and Advanced, I said 70 hours from this. Observe this. From 2 to 7, the topics from 2 to 7, right? It takes 70 hours duration for that. 2 months more for this. And the fee structure for this 7K. So Python plus frameworks. $70 hours for this Python. Frameworks also, it takes 70 hours. Totally 140 hours. If you want to go parallelly also, you can go parallelly where you can complete within 2.5 months. 2.5 months, right? From Monday to Friday, going with Python. Saturday and Sunday, there are weekend batches for these frameworks available, right? So you may ask, without knowledge of Python, how can first where HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, which doesn't require any Python knowledge, which is going to be discussed parallelly, right? And here it takes duration for this is 2 months. 2 months. So totally 4 months duration in brief, right? Can just check that course content with any other training sites. We'll be discussing in brief, including different types of modules. Some modules related to data science, some modules related to big data, some related to databases, some related to graphics, some modules related to regular expressions, some related to OS, some modules related to data and time, and how to create our own modules in Python. That everything will be discussed, right? So 6,000 is the fee for this, and 7,000 is the fee for this. Totally, it's 13,000. But if you're taking the entire package, Python package, right, full stack with a single payment, it is 12,000, right? So the timings of this batch, the timings, right? So 8 p.m. IST, 8 p.m., right? It starts at 8 p.m. It's 1 hour session, right? Daily, right? And what you are going to get, right? Offerings. So you are going to get every day, every session video. For example, due to some job timings or due to some ill health, if you miss any session, so every day you are going to get the video, live recorded video, live session video, right? Each and every session video you are going to get to your Google Drive. It's not downloadable. You can only watch it and play it, right? Yes, yes. This is recorded videos. No extra cost for that. Like other, we are just we are providing freely. You can just have access up to 6 months. For the next 6 months, you can have the access from that. So you are going to get nearly one. If you're taking full stack, you will be getting more than like nearly 140 videos for Python, 70 videos, right? And also soft copy of the class notes. Soft copy of class notes. Yes, tomorrow also everyone can attend the session, same time at 8 p.m. using the same link to see more on this. It's not any replication or duplication of today's session. We'll be continuing from where we have stopped today, right? And also to build, okay, you will be given many assignments and tasks to work with, building your own code, which builds some confidence, right, in this programming. And also a WhatsApp group for technical discussions, right? A WhatsApp group for technical discussions where if you have got any error, you can take a snap of it and post it in the WhatsApp group. So anybody can answer. I'll be answering it, right? Yes. So this was a demo session. I was speaking most of the time, right? Live interactive sessions, but in a regular sessions, right? For every statement I type, you people will be responding with that. What is the expected output for every line, right? Yes. Okay. And resumes and interview questions. Resumes and interview questions, right? This is what the offerings from my side. So if you've got any questions as part of today's session or anything related to this Python course, right? You can unmute yourself and you can ask through voice, or otherwise you can also type your query in the chat panel, right? Yes. And you can see in the chart, there is a separate online team for they will be forwarding the videos to you on daily basis. You can see they have forwarded some message like the course content of Python and Python full stack course content and the contact details of those online team, this office team, right? If you've got any queries related to the fees, other things. Yes. Fine. Any queries you have got, you can just unmute yourself and you can ask your queries, everyone, right? Yes. Mm. So this is regarding this Python, right? What we are going to discuss as part of this course, right? Yes, some query was asked from when the actual class will be starting, right? Yes. So today is day 1, tomorrow day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. It continues, right? Tomorrow just I'll be briefing about coding wise how these Python statements look and some examples, some that, and from day after tomorrow, just I'll go with the installation of Python, execution modes of Python, Python software foundation. From day after tomorrow, the Python technicals I'm going to start, right? Yes. So you people can attend the session today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, like for the next 2-3 days, right? Before the link is going to change, right? Yes. You can just check the training levels for the next 2 or 3 days, right? So all the sessions are interactive sessions, right? You will be kept in unmuted status. You will be kept in unmuted status, right? You can unmute and you can ask your queries, right? Yeah, some other query was asked, right? Is this everyday class only on weekdays? So it's a weekdays, right? Mostly from Monday to Friday, it will be there. You will be having classes from Monday to Friday. And one more thing I forgot to say, right? Yes. I also deal with data analytics, big data, right? Data engineering. So in that big data, there is a package for that big data also, right? Big data analytics, big data package, data analytics. There you will be update Hadoop. We'll be discussing with Hadoop. See, multiple technologies, right? Like big Hadoop, PySpark, Linux. And in that, this 2 months Python course also is included in this Python core and advanced, right? Both Python core and advanced, this course of 2 months course of this Python is also included in this package, right? People who wants to prefer this. So Hadoop, PySpark, especially which has got a great boom in today's, right? So this Hadoop, PySpark, and this theory will be in the weekend. It's a weekend batch on Saturdays and Sundays. Saturday 2 hours, Sunday 2 hours. So 12 weekends. Will be for 12 weekends, right? So only on Saturdays and Sundays, Saturday 2 hours, Sunday 2 hours. But this Python you can attend in from Monday to Friday. The whatever you are attending this session you can attend, or any of my Python batch you can attend, right? If you have got enrolled with this. So the fee structure is 15,000 for this. And this Saturday, right? At 8 p.m. there is a demo for it. There is a batch starting, right? 8 p.m. is the demo for this. And that the Saturday 7 to 9, Sunday 7 to 9, right? In the evening, the classes sessions will be there for this. If it's anybody interested in this big data package, Hadoop, PySpark, Linux, and this Python 2 months course, right? So yes, you can attend any of my, once you got enrolled, you can attend any of my, for this also, like for Hadoop, one WhatsApp group, for PySpark, one WhatsApp group, for Python, one WhatsApp group. You will be getting the videos for all these sessions, right? Yes, fine. If you are interested, right, in this. Just interview questions will be given, right? Yes, what is that? Yeah, Shivani, right? Yes, interview questions will be provided, right, for this. For freshers, right, lot of nearly like 300 plus code examples I'm going to discuss. Some many freshers based interview questions programs I will be discussing as part of this course. And clear notes I'll be forwarding, right? Clear notes I'll be forwarding. Not a worry about this notes topic wise, right? You see all these Python batches, nearly 150 plus Python batches I have handled. You can check all these Python batches. Okay. Check this notes, Python total notes, right? Topic wise in the folder wise, you will get, right? Python data types, operators, if else, exception handling, oops, data type, multi-threading, regular operations, all this, right? Notes. Fine. Any other queries, right? So attend the session tomorrow also, same time using the same link. Fine. Python full stack is Pramod Sahu, right? A 4 months course it is. Total Python full stack is 4 months course, right? Where we'll be discussing all this, right? Python, UI technologies, Django, Flask, REST API, MySQL, and this project is going to be discussed, especially this Django framework, Flask. See, actually, it's an offer batch, right? These four different technologies like Python, UI technologies is a separate course, Django is a separate course, Flask also separate things, right? But all combined together like a full stack, like a Python package we are providing. Nearly takes 4 months, right? Yes. If you want to go parallelly, Monday to Friday with Python, and Saturday, Sunday weekend sessions will be available, right? Where you can complete in less time if you want to go parallelly, right? Right. Hmm. So if I'm done with your queries, there are no other queries, right? I will sign off for now. Meet you tomorrow, same time at 8 o'clock using the same link, right? Yes. Yes. How many demo classes will be there, right? You can attend for the next 3 days. The demo classes you can attend for the next 3 days, right? Yes. Yeah. Later the link is going to be changed, right? Yes. Okay. So yes, if I'm done with your queries, I'm signing off for now. Right. Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Good night.